I never believed in second chances. Until she walked back into my life. The first time I saw her again, it was like the world tilted beneath my feet. 5 years had passed since we last stood in the same room. 5 years since I swore I'd never let myself be destroyed by her again. 5 years since I told myself second chances didn't exist. But when Claire walked back into my life that evening, dressed in a silky black dress that clung to her curves, her hair cascading down in waves, and those same honey brown eyes that had once been my entire world, I knew I was lying to myself. I still wanted her. Desperately. It was a charity gala in downtown Manhattan, the kind of place where champagne flowed freely, and laughter was always laced with hidden agendas. I wasn't supposed to be there long, just make my donation, shake a few hands, and leave. But then I saw her. She was standing by the bar, sipping her wine with a slow grace that made every man in the room glance her way. I should have turned. Should have walked out before she saw me. But my feet betrayed me, carrying me toward her like I had no choice. Claire, I breathed when I finally reached her. Her glass paused at her lips. She turned, those familiar eyes widening with a flicker of surprise. And then, just like that, her mouth curled into the faintest smile. Daniel, she said softly, like my name was both a memory and a secret. I swallowed hard. God, even her voice still did things to me. Didn't expect to see you here, I managed, my tone steadier than I felt. She tilted her head, studying me like she always used to, like she could read every thought behind my eyes. Neither did I. But then again, life has a strange way of circling back, doesn't it? My chest tightened. Circling back. That was one way of putting it. Another was, reopening every wound I thought had scarred over. We talked. At first, cautiously. Like two people who shared a dangerous history but couldn't help touching the edges of it again. But the more we spoke, the easier it became to slip into the rhythm we once knew, her teasing laughter, the way her hand brushed my arm, the way her lips lingered on the rim of her glass before curling into that wicked smile I'd memorized. I tried to keep it light, but my mind betrayed me. Every second, I remembered the nights we once shared, the way she whispered my name in the dark, the way her nails dug into my skin when passion consumed us. When she leaned in to say something over the noise, her perfume, soft jasmine with a hint of something darker, hit me like a punch. I couldn't stop staring at her mouth. Stop looking at me like that, she whispered, her lips curving into a smile. Like what? Like you remember. Her words sent a jolt straight to my gut. Because she was right, I did remember. Every detail. Every kiss. Every time I swore she was the only woman I'd ever need. The gala blurred after that. At some point, we slipped outside together. Manhattan buzzed around us, neon lights reflecting off wet pavement, cabs honking in the distance. But it felt like we were in our own world again. Do you still live nearby? She asked, her voice low, testing. I hesitated. Every rational part of me screamed to walk away. To protect what was left of my heart. But when her eyes locked with mine, hungry, daring, I caved. Yes, I said. Her lips curled. Then maybe we shouldn't waste the night. And just like that, the past and the present collided. By the time we made it to my apartment, the air between us was thick with unspoken promises. The door barely shut before her mouth was on mine. God, I'd forgotten how intoxicating her kiss was, soft at first, then fierce, desperate, like she'd been starving for me as much as I had for her. My hands tangled in her hair, pulling her closer, tasting her, losing myself. Daniel, she breathed against my lips, her fingers clutching my shirt, tugging it open. I pressed her against the wall, kissing down her neck, biting gently at the spot that made her gasp. Her nails raked across my chest as if she remembered every inch of me. Clothes fell away too fast to keep track. My shirt, her dress, the delicate strap sliding down her shoulders. Every layer gone was another barrier shattered. By the time we stumbled into my bedroom, she was wearing nothing but a look of pure desire. And God help me, I wanted her more than I wanted my next breath. The night unfolded in fire and whispers. Every touch was both new and achingly familiar. Her skin against mine, her lips parting beneath my kiss, the way her body arched to meet me, everything was seared into me like a memory I never truly lost. She moaned my name like it was still hers to claim. And I gave myself to her like I'd never stopped belonging. There was nothing cautious, nothing restrained. It was raw, desperate, the kind of passion that burns because you know it could destroy you and you don't care. Hours blurred. We lost ourselves over and over, every kiss deeper, every touch bolder. The city outside kept moving, but inside, it was only us, two people breaking every rule of reason, clinging to the one truth we couldn't deny. That we still wanted each other. When dawn finally crept through the blinds, she lay curled against me, her hair spilling across my chest, her breathing soft. I should have felt regret. Should have told myself it was just one night, that nothing had changed. But as I traced lazy circles on her back, I realized something terrifying. I didn't want her to leave. She stirred, lifting her head to meet my eyes. "You're thinking too much," she whispered. I gave a half-smile. "I'm wondering if I'm insane for letting this happen." Her gaze softened, a vulnerability flickering there. "Or maybe you're just human. Maybe we both are." Silence stretched. "And then, carefully," she said, "I didn't come back here to ruin you again, Daniel. I came back because I never stopped loving you." My breath caught. 5 years of pain, anger, and distance, and still, here she was, saying the one thing I never thought I'd hear again. I pulled her closer, pressing my lips to her forehead. "I told myself I didn't believe in second chances," I murmured. "But you make me want to try. The second chance. It wasn't easy. It never is. We had scars, we had history, we had reasons to stay apart. But against all logic, we kept finding our way back to each other. Nights filled with laughter, mornings tangled in sheets, days spent rediscovering the parts of each other we thought were gone forever. She challenged me. She infuriated me. She set my blood on fire. And for the first time in years, I felt alive. Maybe second chances weren't about erasing the past. Maybe they were about learning from it, choosing to love despite the risks. All I knew was this: when she walked back into my life, she brought me back to myself. And I wasn't letting her go again.